Ski season is here, and this is Pocono Mountains Podcast. I'm Jim Hamill. Cold weather has arrived, and overnight chilly temps have made it possible for the six ski resorts in the Poconos to make snow. Some resorts are open already, and others will be open by the year's end. In fact, the PTN crew found out Jack Frost Mountain is already open after yours truly was able to get on a snowboarding lesson last week. That'll be in the upcoming January edition of Pocono Mountains magazine. You won't want to miss that one. There's no better place to learn to ski or snowboard than the resorts we have all across the Pocono Mountains. Instructors take anyone, any age, and all levels, and can turn skiing or boarding into lifelong activities. Find out more at poconoski.com. Like I mentioned, ski resorts are making snow at a fast pace in order to make the season a good one for skiers, snowboarders, and even snow tubers. Yes, we have that too in the Poconos. In fact, two of the biggest snow tubing parks in the country. Much more on the efforts to build up the base for snow sports lovers in just a moment. The Poconos is a year-round destination for millions. And with 2,400 square miles of mountains, forests, lakes, and rivers, with historic downtowns and iconic family resorts, it's the perfect getaway. You can always find out more on PoconoMountains.com or watch PTN, the Pocono Television Network, streaming live 24/7. That's at PoconoTelevision.com. Thanks for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. We'll have a new episode each week highlighting lots of the fun things you can experience while you're visiting the Poconos. Subscribe and leave a review and or comment on whatever platform you listen. Back to the episode now. As I mentioned, we got to test out the slopes at Jack Frost, and now Big Boulder plans to open by the end of this week, the week leading up to the Christmas holiday. We stopped by there last week to talk with Brent Golat, who heads up the snowmaking operation, and it's a historic one as well. Enjoy learning all about what it takes to get the mountain open for the winter season.
Well, if you can hear that constant, steady hum in the background right now in the month of December, that is the snowmaking operation at Big Boulder in the Pocono Mountains, one of the 6 ski resorts that have been churning out snow ever since the temperatures dipped below freezing so that they can make enough snow for skiers, snowboarders, and snow tubers this season. Again, it's Jim Hamill with the Pocono Mountains Podcast here on location at Big Boulder, and I am joined by one of the brains behind the operation, Brent Golat. He has been here 9 years making snow, and he knows a thing or two about making snow. Welcome to the podcast, man. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. We're at a really great point of the season right now where the temperatures are cold enough. You guys have, I can't even count how many guns you have going right now. Tell me when you were able to start making snow and what those conditions have to be like for you to do it.
Well, we were able to start making snow about 2 weeks ago. Normally we look for temperatures to get below 28 degrees for our fan guns, depending on what type of system you have though. Anywhere under 30 depending on the humidity. You know, we look at our wet bulb temperature for that, and that kind of gives us the tell to, hey, we might be able to run tonight.
So 28 degrees is like the number.
Yeah, that's pretty much the magic number. You want 28 degrees and like humidity below 90%.
Okay.
So you're in a good spot there.
And of course, you guys are always fingers crossed, toes crossed, get Mother Nature to cooperate and dump a lot of fresh powder. But this is like what you need to do really, to help build up a base so you can sustain a season long of skiing, snowboarding, and snow tubing.
Yeah, especially here in the Northeast. I think last year was our record snowfall for the year, which was like around 60 inches, I think it was.
Nice.
Which, I mean, that's unheard of for the Poconos. I've been here my whole life, and, that's unheard of. But, that helps when we have a year like that. But most of the year, we rely solely on snowmaking.
So what's that like? I mean, it's not like an operation where, you can just kind of like maybe set it and forget it. Do you have to kind of be there to initiate it?
Yeah.
Do you have to be there like overnights? I mean, it's probably not a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah, no, there's automated systems out there that you could, pull up an app on your phone and click a bunch of guns on. We don't have that here. A lot of mountains in our area do, though. Here at Big Boulder, we run 2 shifts. Most mountains do in our area, a night shift and a day shift, 12-hour shifts when we're making snow. So guys get very comfortable here, that's for sure.
I don't doubt it. It's probably a lot of camaraderie, and I'm sure you're into snow sports yourself. Yep. So it's key for you to like actually get the snow made so that you can even come out.
Oh, you got to test it and enjoy it. Yep.
Brent, share with me though, I think there's a little bit of folklore here, a historical aspect to Big Boulder's role in the pioneering of snowmaking. As I understand it, really it has a claim to fame to having been one of the first mountains, if not the first mountain, to pioneer snowmaking in the form that it's in now.
Yeah, Big Boulder was founded in, I believe it was 1949, right after World War II. It actually started as a retreat for I believe it was a quarry down in Lehigh Valley, and they bought this mountain and cut some trails in as a retreat for their workers.
Okay.
It's a pretty cool company. And after that, it kind of slowly developed, and a gentleman by the name of John Garish is dubbed as one of the guys who created commercial snowmaking as we know it today, which is pretty much in a nutshell is pulling water from a general area and pumping it up the mountain in pipe, and then allowing yourself to make snow that way.
You're just, circumventing Mother Nature there in some way. And he pioneered that, and it caught on. I mean, really, it's one of the ways that, you guys are able to operate from the beginning of the season till the end, because it doesn't snow every day like last season.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we really rely on our snowmaking capabilities, especially in early season, to get us open, because we tend to not see those snowfalls until maybe after January. Now, historically, the way it's going, the past couple of years. So, yeah, we definitely rely heavily on our snowmaking system.
And those conditions, you need those specific conditions to make snow. But then what is the key as far as like locating that snow? I can see right now, for the podcast purposes, people can just visualize this. We are at the base of Big Boulder. There's a chairlift here, and then there's several trails. And so you guys have those guns situated where they're blowing kind of uphill, essentially, so that, when you guys groom, you can groom maybe downhill? I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, if there's the two main factors in snowmaking are definitely air and water. The third biggest factor, besides temperature, obviously, is wind.
Oh, sure.
So we really try and work with the wind and put the wind in our favor. When you're able to work with the wind, it allows for more fall time, allows for your the nucleation process of what makes an actual snowflake take place. So, that's what we're looking at. So we definitely work with the wind.
So the wind, you don't want the snow blowing back in your face right into the gun. You want it to lay on the trail so that it can be groomed nicely and be ready for skiers and snowboarders.
Yeah, we want to land where we want it.
That's fantastic, man. How many guns do you guys have on the hill, did you guys say?
We have around 80 guns on the hill.
80?
Yep.
And that's a lot of maintenance too.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
What goes into all that? I mean, you guys have how many people on staff for that?
We have a number of full-time staff that year-round helping maintenance these guns. Not just that, but the infrastructure and power infrastructure that's behind them. There's a lot of maintenance involved. Anywhere from oil changes to tip cleanings, and there's a whole laundry list of stuff that you got to do to these guns to get them ready for the season. And
you got to get that water from the source all the way up there. So that's another thing. There's probably a pump involved. There's probably, a source of water. Describe to me what your setup is like.
We have Big Boulder Lake. I believe it's man-made many years ago. It's 55 million gallons. And we pump straight from there up our hills using a number of 350 horsepower pumps. And we send it up the hill in 6-inch, 8-inch pipe all the way up to our snow guns.
Wow. So how many trails are going here at Big Boulder at one time normally?
We normally have anywhere from 5 to 6 trails going at one time. Sometimes less depending on the weather and the conditions and what we're trying to make. But yeah, we tend to get, a bunch going every night.
And we were just up at Jack Frost. I'll let the folks at home know I did a little bit of snowboarding instruction, got some lessons from some guys up there. I'm not saying I'm going to pick that up as a full-time gig for me. I'm a skier at heart. So, but you guys have a nice little setup here where you have Jack Frost, which is open most days. Describe to me what the difference is between there and here at Big Boulder.
Well, they don't have lights for nighttime, so we kind of step in and during the week we do a kind of a 9 to 4 schedule at Jack Frost and then a 3 to 9 schedule at Big Boulder. Hours vary depending on the weekend, the weekend, but that's normally what we do here, and it tends to work out great because you go to Jack Frost, you get a pass there, you get some lunch, come over here for night skiing.
Oh, cool.
And have freshly groomed. So it's nice too from a skier and rider's perspective. You go over there, you go early, you get that fresh groom, and then around 3 o'clock you come over here and you get the fresh groom again. So that's a really it's really cool.
That's fantastic, man. What do you like so much about maybe the role that you have here? I mean, it probably gives you a lot of autonomy. You get to be out with nature. and just look at the beautiful sun peeking through your freshly blown snow here. It's kind of like picturesque, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think as snowmakers, their real thing that they're judged on is people who are happy enjoying the snow surfaces. So, that's really the most, the thing that I like the most is seeing people enjoying the snow at the end of during the season.
That's fantastic, man. We have a lot of resources for people to check out online at poconoski.com, where they can check out Jack Frost Big Boulder and the rest of the 6 ski resorts throughout the Pocono Mountains. We've got snow tubing at Jack Frost as well. We've got ski tubing at a number of other resorts, and all of that is made possible by Brent and guys just like him and gals just like him who are on the front lines making snow as soon as it gets cold enough. I'm sure you guys are like watching those thermometers when it hits that level,
yeah,
right?
Every single mountain operations guy in the Poconos starts getting shivers come like Thanksgiving time. They start to know, like, all right, it's go time. So yeah, a lot of conversations are had, in those beginning months. Are you guys running tonight? Are you running tonight? So yeah, we're lucky up here at Big Boulder. We sit on the Pocono Plateau, so a little bit higher in elevation than some of our other resorts in the Poconos. So it works out favorably, very advantageous for us in snowmaking, in regards to snowmaking. We tend to get those colder temps a little earlier, but so it's good.
Things look good here, man. Sounds like you know what you're doing, and I thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk with us here on Pocono Mountains Podcast. We'll have much more with Jack Frost Big Boulder on PTN, the Pocono Television Network. You can come up here, you can get the Epic Pass and ski at any Vail resort across the country and across different ski resorts in that system as well. But also Jack Frost Big Boulder, a great place to spend by day at Jack Frost, by night at Big Boulder, and all thanks to my man Brent here. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Brent was great to take the time to speak with us. Thanks to him. He and his coworkers are hard at work making Big Boulder a great location for night skiing and snowboarding each and every season. Once again, you can check poconoski.com for more on what's happening this winter.
Want to learn to ski? The Pocono Mountains is the place to be. With lessons for every age. You'll be skiing or snowboarding in no time.
Now you're doing it by yourself.
And learning is fun. And the views are beautiful. Choose from 6 amazing ski areas. Learn more at poconoski.com.
We're back. Thanks for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. I'm Jim Hamill. Last year, our own Brianna Strunk learned to ski at Shawnee Mountain. And Zoe Gregory, Pocono Kid reporter, also got tips on how to snowboard at Ski Big Bear at Mast Hope Mountain. Enjoy.
I was born and raised here in the Pocono Mountains, but I have to admit I have never been skiing. I've tried snowboarding a handful of times about 10 years ago, but never stuck with it. So today we are going to do a learn to ski lesson here at Shawnee Mountain. All right, let's go get geared up and see how it goes.
All right, so my name's Eric. I've been teaching here for 9 years now, so we'll have some fun today.
After a brief introduction on the ski equipment from boots to bindings, it's time to learn how to stop.
Hands out in front, and all we're gonna do is push those heels out.
My instructor, Eric, makes it look so effortless. How hard could it be? And then, okay, this is harder than I thought. All right, I don't know about this. You'll be fine. After some encouragement, we try again, and Eric is there every step of the way.
Can I give you a little pull?
I'm supposed to stop by making a giant wedge with the skis. But it looks like I'm heading for the woods instead.
There you go.
Back on the bunny hill, after a few more tries, the wedge works.
There it is.
All right.
High five. Here we go.
Next, I learned to turn.
So the way I like to teach it is imagine you have a bug underneath your big toe, right? And what we're gonna do, we're gonna squash that bug. right?
Eric sets up a training course with poles to weave in and out of.
Here we go.
Although learning to ski for the first time is a challenge, it's also a lot of fun. And I know I'm in good hands here at Shawnee Mountain. Whoa! Sorry. By the end of the lesson, it was smooth sailing down from the top of the mountain. Just kidding, but I'll get there one day. In this hour lesson, we learned how to stop and turn, kind of. Obviously, I have a long way to go, but Eric was an awesome instructor. We had so much fun. For Pocono Television Network, I'm Brianna Strunk.
You know, I'm kind of tired of being online all the time, school, and hanging out online on video games with my friends. Why don't we take our jacket and head outside and see what we could do? Hey guys, I am here at Ski Big Bear at Mastop Mountain, and I'm gonna get a snowboard lesson.
How's it going, Zoe? I'm Nick. I'm gonna be your instructor today. Have you ever snowboarded before?
No.
No, this is your first time?
I started off my first ever snowboard lesson by meeting my instructor, Nick. He went over some of the basics.
So this part right here is your heel edge. This part is your toe edge. You see the metal pieces that go all the way around? That's what's gonna help you turn, stop, slow down.
Then it was time to get on the board. Nick showed me how to move around and walk. It was a little hard to balance at first.
There you go. You all right?
Yeah. It's okay though. Learning to fall and get back up is the next part of the lesson.
Perfect.
Okay, it's time to start surfing on the snow. After a few practice runs on the flat ground outside the snow sports school, it was time to head over to the beginner slope. There were lots of kids my age and younger learning to ski or snowboard, and that gave me a boost of confidence. I had some slips and falls, but I made it down the hill. My instructor, Nick, gave an update on my progress.
Especially with new people who have never snowboarded before, it's hard to get that edge control and not lean back or forwards when they're digging those edges in. So right now, Zoe just needs to work a little bit on keeping her head and shoulders over that board and learning to get that balance down.
One of the fun things once you make it down the hill is riding the magic carpet back up to the top.
So you don't actually have to get on a chairlift to go up the mountain, which could be intimidating to a new skier, but you know, after you do the magic carpet a few times and you do that easier run, and then you're excited to actually get on that chairlift and take that big ride in the sky, you know, and go on a more advanced trail.
Ski Big Bear at Mastop Mountain has a great snow sports school if you're looking to head out for the first time. To book your next lesson, head to skibigbear.com.
And it is a great family activity. Mom and dad and the kids can get out here together and take a group lesson or a private lesson individually. They can progress at their own individual rate.
Try to keep those toes up, all right?
I learned a lot in my 1 hour lesson, and hopefully next time I hit the slopes, I can carve the mountain like plenty of skiers and snowboarders were. Hey guys, I had a lot of fun here. Getting snowboard lesson and everything. You guys could come out too and get a snowboard lesson or have some fun over here. I'm Zoe Gregory for the Pocono Television Network.
Jack Frost, Big Boulder, Shawnee Mountain, Ski Big Bear at Mast Hope Mountain, plus Camelback Mountain and Blue Mountain Resort. All amazing ski and snowboard and snow tubing destinations this and every winter. Head to PoconoSki.com for more on how you can learn to ski or plan your trip to the Poconos this season. Thank you so much for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. Please remember to subscribe anywhere podcasts are available. Come visit us in the Pocono Mountains. Book your trip today.